What if the biggest threat to your retirement wasn't market crashes or taxes, but invisible costs eating away at your savings every single year? On the surface, a Crypto IRA XRP looks like a smart plan: diversification, tax benefits, long-term growth. But buried deep in the fine print are Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees that custodians rarely mention. Setup charges, trading spreads, maintenance costs. Individually small, but over time they drain thousands from your future. And here's the truth: Wall Street won't tell you. These fees guarantee their profits no matter what happens to your balance. The more you trust the system, the more control you lose. Stay with me, because in this video we expose the shocking costs designed to drain your retirement without you even noticing. Part 1. Small fees that pile up. When most people open a Crypto IRA XRP, they focus on the promise of tax advantages and long-term growth. But hidden underneath the surface are charges so small you barely notice them, until years later when they've silently eaten away at your future. Setup fees, annual maintenance costs, custodial charges, and trading spreads all add up. On paper, they look harmless. In reality, they drain thousands from a retiree's balance over time. This is how the system works. An XRP Roth IRA isn't designed to make you rich. It's designed to guarantee steady income for institutions. Whether your account grows or collapses, custodians still collect their cut. And when these costs are compounded year after year, they leave your retirement account in XRP weaker, while Wall Street stays stronger. The cruel irony? Many retirees don't even know these charges exist. They see glossy marketing about security and tax benefits, never realizing that the real winners are the custodians who profit no matter what. And this is only the beginning. Because as we'll see next, the illusion of safety isn't limited to fees. It extends to how volatility itself is disguised. Part 2. Volatility. Disguised as stability. Marketing makes a Crypto IRA XRP sound like a fortress against market chaos. Brochures highlight tax perks, retirement security, and the comfort of long-term stability. But the volatility of XRP doesn't vanish simply because it's inside a retirement wrapper. The swings are still there, only now the structure makes it harder for you to respond. When your balance drops, you can't exit quickly without penalties. Custodian delays slow every move. And if you try to tap your account early, the IRS steps in with fees and taxes. The illusion of protection is really a form of paralysis. A so-called safe XRP retirement account locks you in while volatility continues to eat at your confidence. For retirees, this is especially dangerous. You're told to hold steady for decades, yet every crash feels permanent when your future depends on it. Meanwhile, institutions profit no matter what. They collect fees whether XRP rises or falls, while you carry all the risk. This is why stability in an XRP Roth IRA is a myth. What looks like safety is often just restriction, and once you understand that, the next question becomes even more troubling. What happens when the IRS loopholes and fine print add another layer of traps? Part 3. IRS Fine Print Surprises. On the surface, an XRP Roth IRA looks simple. Pay your taxes up front, then enjoy tax-free growth for retirement. But tucked inside the fine print are details the IRS doesn't put on glossy brochures. These rules are complicated, and when applied to digital assets, they can become traps that catch even careful investors. For example, one reporting error in your Crypto IRA XRP can be classified as an early withdrawal. That mistake triggers penalties, additional taxes, and years of frustration. The custodian isn't punished. You are. And while these issues may seem rare, thousands of retirees have already learned that the IRS applies strict liability. If it's filed wrong, the retiree pays, no questions asked. This is where the danger multiplies. When you combine complicated regulations with Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees, the risks grow larger. You're paying costs you didn't expect while living under rules that can shift overnight. Your so-called secure retirement account in XRP can suddenly feel more like a liability than an asset. The sad truth is that these surprises are not accidents. They are part of a system designed to protect institutions, not individuals. And for those who depend on an XRP and IRA Roth IRA retirement, the consequences can arrive without warning, leaving you scrambling for answers. What happens when the paperwork itself becomes the enemy? That question leads directly into the next reality: how reporting mistakes can destroy years of effort in a single stroke. Part 4. Reporting mistakes that hurt retirees. For many retirees, the biggest shock isn't market losses, it's paperwork. Every Crypto IRA XRP depends on accurate IRS reporting, but even a small misstep can trigger serious consequences. If a custodian mislabels a transaction, the IRS may treat it as an early withdrawal. Suddenly, what should have been a simple adjustment brings penalties and extra taxes. And here's the worst part: the custodian isn't responsible. You are. Imagine building an XRP Roth IRA for decades, only to see years of growth erased by a mistake you didn't make. The IRS won't care that it wasn't your fault. They will hold you accountable, demanding payment in full. For retirees, that can mean losing not only money, but also peace of mind. These errors are made worse by Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees, because you're already paying charges that eat away at your balance. Add penalties on top, and your so-called retirement account in XRP quickly becomes a burden instead of a benefit. This is why trust alone is dangerous. Too many investors assume the system will handle everything smoothly. In reality, every detail falls back on you. And when mistakes happen, they don't just cost money, they shatter confidence. The deeper truth is clear. Reporting mistakes aren't rare accidents. They are part of a system where risk is shifted away from institutions and onto individuals. And that imbalance sets the stage for the next problem: how Wall Street always manages to tilt the game in its own favor. Part 5. How Wall Street always wins. When you open a Crypto IRA XRP, you believe the system is designed to help you build wealth for retirement. But behind the scenes, Wall Street structures these accounts so that they win no matter what. If XRP rises, they take a percentage of your gains. If XRP falls, they still collect Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees, setup charges, custodial costs, and trading spreads. It's a game where their profit is guaranteed, and your risk is endless. Think about the psychology. Retirees feel secure because they're told an XRP Roth IRA protects their future. Yet the design ensures that custodians get paid first, before you see any benefit. Every year, your retirement account in XRP feeds into a machine that rewards institutions while leaving you exposed to market volatility and tax penalties. Wall Street doesn't need you to succeed. It only needs you to stay invested. And because of IRS rules, once your money is locked in, it's difficult to walk away. Early withdrawals trigger punishment, while long-term holding guarantees fees continue to pile up. Either way, dependence keeps them in control. This is why the promise of independence through a Crypto IRA XRP is often an illusion. The institutions always structure the rules so they cannot lose. And that raises a chilling question. What happens when sudden policy changes rewrite the terms of the game overnight? Part 6. Policy changes overnight. Retirees often assume that once they set up a Crypto IRA XRP, the rules will stay the same for decades. But history proves otherwise. The IRS and regulators can rewrite policy with little warning. And when they do, it's the individual investor who pays the price. What felt like a stable plan yesterday can suddenly look fragile today. For example, new interpretations of tax law have changed how digital assets are reported. Transactions that were once ignored may suddenly be classified as taxable events. Penalties appear where none existed before. Meanwhile, custodians protect themselves with disclaimers, leaving you to absorb the consequences. The structure of your XRP Roth IRA doesn't shield you. It traps you under evolving rules. Combine this with Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees, and the situation becomes worse. You're not just paying for custodial services, you're paying while living under constant uncertainty. Every policy shift threatens to shrink the value of your retirement account in XRP, while institutions continue collecting fees regardless of the outcome. This unpredictability erodes confidence. Retirees plan for stability, not chaos. Yet when rules change overnight, planning becomes nearly impossible. Dependence deepens, and trust in the system fades. The real danger is not just financial, it's psychological. And that's where the next trap lies. How emotions like fear and greed can magnify every risk inside your retirement plan. Part 7. Emotional Traps. The most dangerous part of a Crypto IRA XRP may not be the rules or even the fees. It's how those rules amplify human emotion. Retirement investing isn't just about numbers. It's about psychology. And inside this structure, fear and greed become weapons against the retiree. When XRP rises, greed whispers, "Add more, ride the wave, you can't lose." When markets crash, fear screams, "Get out before everything disappears." But an XRP Roth IRA locks you in. Early withdrawals mean penalties, custodian delays slow your moves, and IRS rules punish mistakes. That means emotional reactions often backfire, turning stress into real financial loss. Meanwhile, the Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees never stop. Even when panic keeps you frozen, institutions still collect their share. This creates a cruel cycle. Retirees suffer from anxiety, yet custodians profit from their hesitation. What feels like personal weakness is actually built into the design of the system. The result is dependence. A retiree who wanted independence instead becomes trapped, second-guessing every choice. Confidence erodes, and the dream of freedom fades into constant worry. This psychological pressure can be just as destructive as financial loss. And nothing makes this clearer than the stories of real retirees. People who trusted the structure only to watch their future unravel because of mistakes and hidden costs they never saw coming. Part 8. Real Retiree Story. Linda was 64 when she transferred part of her savings into a Crypto IRA XRP. She believed it would give her tax benefits and security in retirement. For the first year, everything looked fine. Her account statements showed growth, and the custodian reassured her that she was on track. But slowly, small charges began to appear. At first, Linda ignored them. A $150 annual maintenance fee here, a small trading spread there. But as time passed, she realized these costs weren't occasional. They were permanent. Over 5 years, the Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees added up to thousands of dollars. And when the IRS flagged a minor reporting error, she was hit with an additional penalty she never expected. Her XRP Roth IRA was supposed to be her path to independence. Instead, it became a source of constant stress. Every month, she felt like she was fighting two enemies: market volatility and invisible charges. The retirement freedom she dreamed of turned into sleepless nights filled with anxiety. Linda's story is not rare. It's a warning. Many retirees discover too late that their so-called secure retirement account in XRP is quietly draining them dry. And the system is built so that custodians win, while individuals like Linda lose. Her experience raises the dividing line every investor must face. Will you remain dependent on a system designed against you, or take back control before it's too late? Part 9. Dependence versus independence. Every retiree with a Crypto IRA XRP eventually faces a choice: remain dependent on a system tilted against them, or fight for independence. Dependence feels safe because the brochures promise security. You believe your custodian will protect you, that IRS rules are clear, and that fees are just part of the process. But the reality is dependence means losing control. Your XRP Roth IRA is managed by others, governed by shifting policies, and drained by costs you cannot escape. Independence is harder, but it is the only path to freedom. An independent investor recognizes that Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees are not small inconveniences. They are long-term threats. They study the fine print, ask tough questions, and refuse to blindly trust institutions. Independence doesn't mean avoiding risk. It means choosing how to face it on your own terms. A so-called secure retirement account in XRP only looks stable if you surrender responsibility. True resilience comes when you understand the traps, prepare for policy shifts, and take control of your decisions instead of waiting for custodians to act. The dividing line is clear. Dependence leads to vulnerability, independence leads to empowerment. And that brings us to the final truth, the vision that ties everything together, and the warning that could decide the fate of your retirement. Part 10. Closing Truth plus Vision Line. We've uncovered the truth. Small charges that pile up, volatility disguised as stability, fine print that punishes mistakes, and custodians who always win. We've seen how sudden policy changes can rewrite the rules, how emotions magnify risk, and how real retirees like Linda lost control of their future. At every turn, the system proved one thing: an XRP Roth IRA is not designed to protect you. It is built to protect institutions. The Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees aren't accidents. They are deliberate structures ensuring that custodians profit while retirees struggle. Your so-called secure retirement account in XRP doesn't free you, it chains you. And unless you recognize the trap, you may spend your golden years watching your independence slip away, one silent deduction at a time. But knowledge is power. By exposing these truths, you have the chance to step back, reevaluate, and take control. Independence doesn't come from trusting Wall Street. It comes from refusing to let them dictate your future. Vision Line. The greatest threat is not the market itself. It's surrendering control of your retirement to hidden forces you cannot see. You've just seen how hidden charges can quietly drain your savings, how custodians profit no matter what, and how retirees like Linda paid the price for trusting a system that was never built for them. The truth is undeniable. An XRP Roth IRA with Crypto IRA XRP hidden fees is not a path to freedom. It's a structure of dependence. But you don't have to face this trap alone. By joining this community, you gain knowledge, perspective, and the power to challenge the narrative Wall Street sells. Drop your thoughts below. Do you believe these fees are minor costs or deliberate traps? Your comment could open someone else's eyes before it's too late. Share this video with friends or family who are considering a so-called safe retirement account in XRP. They deserve to know the risks before committing their future. Subscribe to XRP Today USA for daily insights that expose what others try to hide. And remember, the greatest threat is not the market itself. It's surrendering control of your retirement to hidden forces you cannot see. Take action today. Protect your independence. Stand with us, because freedom in retirement must be earned, not promised.